Namaskaram. We again missed a day yesterday. Same reason as in the past, not having enough energy. So let us continue with the Markandeya Matsyavatram in Mahabharatam, which is a sub-parvam of Vanaparvam. So Markandeya, sage Markandeya came, and Yudhishthira and others requested him to tell them stories. And Markandeya told them many stories. The first and probably the more interesting one was of Matsyavataram. This is the deluge, the pralayam, which happened at the beginning of this Manvantaram. First of all, there are 14 Manvantaras in one Kalpam. Kalpam, we mentioned, is 1 day of Brahma, and it consists of 1000 Mahayuga. Mahayuga consisting of the Chaturyuga, 4 yugas, Krita, Treta, Dwapara and Kali. So after these 4 yugas, again there is Krita, that becomes 1 Mahayuga, and again another Mahayuga, like that 1000 Mahayugas make 1 Kalpa, which is a day of Brahma. This is divided into 14, 71 Mahayugas in each. That is the span of 1 Manu. There are 14 Manus. We are on the 7th Manu, and the 7 which are over, the 6 which are over, and the 7th, they are Swayambhuva, which is the first Manu, Swarochisha, Auttami, Tamasa, Raivata, Chakshusha, and Vaivasvata. Not that anyone will remember, but at least for the familiarity. Vaivasvata Manu means Manu, who was the son of Vivaswan, who is the sun god. So we are in the Vaivasvata Manvantaram, and this Matsyavataram happened in the pralayam at the beginning of Vaivasvata Manvantaram. There is a pralayam. A pralayam incidentally only means layam, which is going back to the God. Layam is to get absorbed in something. It is not necessarily a flood, though that is the general one. So there was, the story we are saying is the pralayam at the beginning, or at the beginning of Vaivasvata Manvantaram, or at the end of Chakshusha Manvantaram, the earlier Manvantaram. And the Manu, who was to become the emperor of the world, he was born already, and he was doing penance by Ganga. And then he heard a voice from Ganga, and when Manu was looking for the source, he found a small fish, not even as big as his hand. And Manu greeted him, "Why are you addressing me? What do you have to tell me?" Then the fish said, "Look, I am a small fish, and I am afraid the bigger fish will eat me. That is the general tendency of fish. The big fish will eat a smaller one, and that will eat a still smaller one. So I am afraid. So please protect me. Take me with you and put me in a vessel. And Manu, okay, he agreed. Took home and put him in a pot, earthen pot, of course filled with water. By next morning, the fish had overgrown the pot, and it again said, look, this pot is too small for me. Please put me in the well. And Manu put the fish in the well, and in a day or two that filled the well, and it asked for bigger space, maybe in a pond, and Manu put him in a pond. And soon it filled the pond, and it asked for more space. Told Manu to take him to the river, and Manu took him to the river. And even the river was too small for the fish in very few days. And it said, look, this is too small, take me to the ocean. And Manu took the fish to the ocean and threw it into the ocean. And then it said, look, now I shall live in the in this ocean for the right time. The right time is when there will be a big deluge which is going to happen in this world. Water will fill the whole world, the whole land will be covered. Nothing will survive unless you take care to save yourself. And that is what I am going to say. You go and get a big vessel, a big boat to be prepared. Make carpenters and make it a big boat built. Then when time comes, I'll tell you, you get the Saptarishis. Each Manvantaram has got a new set of Saptarishis. They survive these 71 Mahayugas, which is the Manvantaram, the span of a Manu. So you get the Saptarishis of this Manvantaram. They are Marichi, Angira, Atri, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kratu, Vasishtha. These are supposed to be the Saptarishis, the 7 Rishis. You will see on the sky the stars corresponding to the Saptarishis. It's easy to spot and get them, and also get the seeds of plants which are recorded by knowledgeable people. There is a record to say that which are the seeds that must be saved ahead of a deluge, to be saved for the next period, next Manvantaram, or the life after the Pralaya. And when you are ready, think about me. I shall come and take you all with me. You should tie the boat on my head. It says on his horn or on his brush. Fish have hair on their mouth. And it disappeared, swam off. And Manu started getting the boat prepared, and he started collecting the seeds mentioned in the ancient wisdom, as per the ancient wisdom. And when the time came, then there was torrential rain, for days together, and water filled the what is it called, whole place. Rivers, ponds, land, everything was covered in everything was covered by water. And then Manu took the boat to the enough into the water, and then he thought about the what is it called, fish, and it appeared, and Manu got the boat tied to the fish's head, and he, along with the Saptarishis and the seeds, he entered the boat. And the fish asked Manu to go to the Himalayas, plow the boat to the Himalayas, and there in one of the peaks which is protruding, you should tie this boat and wait till the water subsides. And Manu did accordingly, and when the water subsided, Manu and the Saptarishis, they came back to the land, and it was the start of the 7th Manvantara, Vaivasvata Manvantara. That is the story of Matsyavataram. That is all for today. And there are some stories. The next one we are going to say is that of again told by Markandeya. What is the story? I forget. It is a story of Parikshit, the Ikshvaku dynasty, who marry. There is a very strange story. The stories told by Markandeya are strange. They are, in one sense, stories, but it is constructed very peculiar. First of all, it is in prose. Mahabharata, it is 100,000 stanzas. Vyasa chose a minute part of it in prose. It is difficult. So many other stories were all in verse, like the story of Yayati, Nala, they were all in verse. These small stories, maybe they are much older and belong to a time period where there was only prose, there were no poetry. We don't know. Anyway, we shall start with them next day. Today we are finished. Namaskaram.